Welcome, Taurus and Taurus Cross Watchers, to your reading for this week. Whoops. Okay. So we got the Page of Wands and the King of Pentacles here. Taurus, I kind of feel like you're in your element, so to speak. It feels like you are... It almost feels like you're so happy you feel a little bit silly about it, if that makes sense. You're surprised at how happy you are about something, how well some things worked out. It's almost like you may have, whatever you have invested in recently, it's returned tenfold. And you're looking at it thinking like, wow, this is amazing. It feels like everything's coming up, Taurus, is kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Can we get another on the King of Pentacles, please? Okay, come on now. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles, and Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, oh, sorry, it wasn't the Wheel, it's the Fool. My apologies. I mean, obviously there's a new start here, but it feels like, you know, Taurians, Tauruses, whatever the plural would be, you know, you guys are no stranger to hard work. And I feel like there's something about it that you're enjoying every moment of whatever hard work it is that you're doing. It just feels like you're putting everything into it. But I'm almost getting this, like, I don't know if it's your energy or if it's someone else's, but there's this vibe of like, you're feeling this really gorgeous energy, but like you just want to make sure nobody takes it from you. It feels like it doesn't necessarily feel like you're in that energy where, like, you know, you've had some bad experiences and you're just assuming that someone's going to come and take what you have. It feels more that it's like, oh, you're experiencing all this really gorgeous energy, and then something, you feel a little like a little bolt of energy, or there's some sort of undercurrent coming from someone's energetic field around you that makes you, it gets your haunches up, if you will. I feel like you know that there's somebody that would like to come in and destroy this for you. And I want to say that, like, either it's too new for them to have anything to destroy necessarily, or it's like, it could be that nobody really knows. But I feel like whatever it is, there's this voice in your head that tells you that this suspicion of someone taking it away is unfounded somehow. Let's look into that for a minute here. What is that? Oh, so Taurus, it feels like that's because, I mean, everyone's experienced tough times, right? We all know that, but I feel more that it's like, you were not careful with something in the past, and it turned around, and I feel like you were in a really great energy like this before, and somebody pulled the rug out from underneath you. Something happened where, and you know that saying where, like, betrayal doesn't come from your enemy, right? It comes from the people that are closest to you. And I feel like that's long since passed and you've healed from it and all that sort of thing. It just feels like there's this little voice that makes you just a little bit more careful than you would have been. I'm gonna pull one more. What's that energy really kind of expecting? So I'm feeling like some vengeful revenge vibe here, Taurus. And not that there's anything, you know, wrong with that. We're allowed to feel what we feel. It just feels like in the past, that situation where the person pulled the rug out from underneath you, from your perspective, justice has not yet been served. And so it's almost this energy of like, you may have previously looked at the world in a way where, like, you know, good things happen, bad things happen. Sorry about that, Taurus. So in the past, you may have looked at things, at the world, like, you know, there's good things happen, bad things happen, but there's always like a check and balance, right? I almost want to say, like, it's not this kind of Pollyanna energy of like, oh, everything's just going to be fine all the time. It's more like there's a certain balance in the world and that has to be maintained. And I feel like there's this energy coming off of you that, like, you're not so sure that's what happened in the past. And so there's an energy about you that's extremely, extremely cautious. And that doesn't mean that you're not willing to take risks. I feel like you're very cautious about jealousy and people trying to, or people wanting to take things away from you, people feeling that, like, whatever it is that you have, you don't deserve it, so they're going to be the one to take it. It's that type of an energy. It's almost like the joy that you're experiencing about this thing working out. You're kind of looking around, almost like, let's say you're kind of celebrating something with a group of people. There's like, your spidey senses are up. You're looking around to see if anyone's smile doesn't reach their eyes. It's that type of a thing. I'm not so sure that's even an energy that you see right away. I'm not really feeling that necessarily. Is there anything Taurus needs to... I feel like you're going to be on the lookout regardless, but we'll ask anyway. Is there anything that Taurus needs to be aware of? Five of Pentacles again. 10 of Cups. You may think this is kind of corny to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like there's a message here. So we have the Five of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 4 of Cups, and Knight of Wands. I just kind of feel like there's a message here that yeah, and you may not be doubting yourself, okay? But it's almost like, I'm not really sure who you think you're doubting here, but even if the rug was to be pulled out from underneath you again, of course nobody wants that to happen, but I feel like you would progress in the same way that you've progressed this time. And I also feel that, like, you may keep your circle smaller than before. You know what I mean? It feels like you, there may have been some people that you were able to hold on to through that kind of turmoil. And I feel like you, it's almost this energy of, like, I feel like I've said this already, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but you really don't want people to know exactly how well you're doing, because that's where jealousy comes from. It's that type of a thing. I feel like you're just kind of keeping a low profile, and then you'll kind of celebrate. It's almost like people might see you as being a lot happier than you were before, but they're not going to know why. That's for sure. Or at least most of them won't. And I feel like you're going to be very careful. I feel like there's almost like this scorpionic energy coming off of you. Like, I'm getting this vibe where, like, if you felt like there was something fishy going on with people around you, you might tell different people different things about what's going on with you, and then see what gets around to see where the leak is. It's that type of an energy. If memory serves me, I believe that you are opposite on the spectrum from Scorpio. I could be wrong. But anyway, it just feels like there's this real, like, the Scorpio in you is coming out. But it's very, very secretive. It's very hidden. I'll just look at one more card. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, nobody's hating on Scorpios on this channel. Could we get one for Scorpio? Or what? Not Scorpio. One for this kind of scorpion energy. The wheel with the 8 of Wands. Um, I just feel like I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to say this and then I'll wrap up the read. It feels like whatever it is that you're doing, wherever you're headed, you have zero intention of telling one person absolutely everything. It almost feels like you'll share your joy with people that you're experiencing from things going well for you. Um, but I feel like whatever it is that you have experienced here, you've definitely learned that the wheel can turn very quickly in the opposite direction. And I feel like it's almost like you're setting yourself up for with a much stronger foundation than you did before, which is saying quite a bit for Tauruses, because I feel like that's something you guys already do. It just feels like, whatever foundation you're building, before you build that, you'll be putting in, like, you know, what do they call those? Not a storm shelter, but like where you go underground. I can't think of the name, but I hope you guys know what I mean. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling at this point, Taurus. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what you may have needed the reading for. It feels like it's more confirmation for where you're at. And I feel like there was also this energy of like wanting to make sure that you don't kind of fall into a paranoid type of energy, which it does not, that's not what this is. It's like a healthy awareness, especially coming off of the heels of a deep betrayal. So I love you, Taurus. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.